Hey there. This is Angela D. Stribling, host of A New After Sunday, and I'm here today with my co-host Mon Washington. Hey Mon, how you doing?
Hey, Ed, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. A New After Sunday, we are on WDRB Media, the voice of the community, giving you double the information and inspiration. You can catch us every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Streama, iHeart, TuneIn, Radio, and Apple Music. And also, we've added a new Angela D. Stribling channel on YouTube, which you can find us at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturdays. And today's guest is Miss Michelle Slater of A Crystal Barber. She is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and she is a stylist and more. Hey, Michelle, how you doing today?
Hello, Angie.
Greetings,
How are you? Hey,
greetings.
Lauren, how are
I'm
you?
fine. And this is my co-host, Mon, so we're going to just ask you some questions. And
Okay. Okay.
I know you, so I can't pretend like I don't know you. But just I wanted to understand how you got started and why you chose, the styling of a woman. And I'm sure I can have the answer to that, but we want our viewers to find out how you got started.
Okay. Thank you for asking that question, Angie. What it is that I come from a family of barbers. My
Uh-huh.
grandfather was a barber, my uncle was a barber, and my dad was a barber.
Okay.
So I've been licensed almost 30 years. That's telling my age, but I've been licensed for 30 years. I also worked
Awesome.
in the regular professional world, which I just retired from in March. So now I'm doing,
Congratulations.
All right, all
thank
right.
you, early retirement. Now I'm doing this, which I love doing. So it's not like it's work. And
Excellent.
really why I did it is my dad always told me that you should have fresh money. And I had
Mm,
two boys. I had my son, this is age of yours, and I got tired
yeah.
of going to the barbershops listening to the profanity.
Yes.
But I do believe that young men should have their hair cut and they should look presentable. So that was every 2 week
Mhm.
thing. And so I told my dad, yes, I think I'm going to do this because I can't keep going in those shops with that ratchetness. So
Yeah.
that's why when I had two jobs, always had two jobs. But when my night times became available, I went to school at night to get my barber
Okay.
license. And then now I've been licensed almost 30 years and it's never been ever something that I would look back and regret. It's always been a blessing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you actually started out being a barber, and then when did you transition into the stylist aspect?
When I went to school way back then, it was a barber stylist. We
Okay.
learned everything that a cosmetologist learned. And actually, to tell you the truth, barbers now know everything that cosmetologists know. The only
Okay.
difference is that a cosmetologist can do nails and barbers can't. And
Okay.
a barber can use a razor and cosmetologists can't. But all that relaxer, curling, cutting, all
They
that,
learned that too.
they learn it. They just don't do it. And that's money out
Okay.
the door. They know how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what
Recently,
is your
when I went
favorite aspect of what it is that you do?
I do all types of cutting. I do very diverse ethnic cutting. So there's no hair that I can't cut. My dad always told me hair is hair. My professional instructor always told me hair is hair. You never let that person get out the door. So I
Mhm.
don't have I just don't do one culture of cutting. I do all
Right.
culture cutting. I do men, women, long hair, short hair, whatever. And I do all the perm processes, coloring. I do everything. And actually, I do facials. I remember watching my dad do facials. So I've taken it back old school with hot steam towels and mud mask,
Hello.
and I do facials.
Okay, okay,
I do a lot.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. I always because I went to Michelle a few years ago too, and I loved the ambiance that we had in the shop. And I had taken ill, which is why I stopped going. And then I had to, life happened. But I've always admired you because, like myself, I get my inspiration from my dad and the things that I've done in my life. Him being a U.S. steel worker and that hard work capacity instilled in me to do the stuff, and it keeps you motivated in doing your craft like it has mine. So I definitely always admired you for that. Um,
Thank you,
so
Angela.
now you got, since you're retired, then are you're full time now? How is that going?
I'm full time. I haven't done 2 more days. Well, for the last 7 years, because I worked for the state, I was working 7 years straight, 7 days a week.
Okay.
Because I worked 4 days with the state, 3 days here. But because I was going to make it work, that was something I had to give up. So I worked 7 years for 7 days in a row.
Woo!
So
Yeah.
Part
when
Jamaican,
I,
huh?
excuse me,
You part Jamaican, huh?
I've been Jamaican since I was 16. but thank you. Yes. So now for the last year, I've really been able to just appreciate having a day or two off and just really appreciating that.
Amazing. Good, good. You said you had a question, Mom?
Yeah, I do.
Go
So,
ahead,
Mr.
Mom.
Tell,
Go ahead, Mom.
as a former client of your father, what is it like? Yeah, what's it like walking in the shadows of a legend, of a legacy?
Thank you for asking that, Mom. But I'm going to ask you. So you're talking Slater's Barbershop.
Yes.
There were
Kirkpatrick.
two there. There was John, and then my dad is Harold.
That's right.
So a lot of
Your
people
daddy.
get them mixed up. But
No, your daddy, right there on Kirkpatrick Street.
okay, because it feels great. I'm gonna answer your question. Walking in the footsteps of a legend. It really, really feels good because I'm gonna tell you that the Crystal Barbershop where my dad first was on Wiley Avenue across from the Crawford Grill, and then they moved down the center, and then my dad moved up to Kirkpatrick with the place with his brother. The whole Woogie Harris and Teenie Harris, and it's all tying into history right now because of the Crystal Barbershop. I never knew why I wanted to be the Crystal Barber. I just kind of knew, okay, I wanted to take the name and just stay that way. I had worked in a shop for like 3 months trying to help somebody out, and I just felt as though my name where
Has to
my
stand still. Yeah.
yeah.
Stand
That was
alone.
not going to work. I mean, that wasn't my mission. My mission was to have the Crystal Barbershop and history from my dad. So it
Absolutely.
feels
Okay.
doggone good. And I
Okay.
plant my feet every day, not knowing which direction it's taking me, and it has taken me in awesome, blessed directions.
Amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
Now, did you know early on that you were following his footsteps, or were you headed
I
down another
did
path?
not. I did not. This was really just a hobby until the last 7 years when I came on with Sola. I did it in the basement of my parents' shop because my dad had taken ill, and I had turned his garage into a 2-chair salon. But I knew I wasn't going to leave the craft alone. But I just, you know, we made do. I took on his clientele, which he only had 2 people by that time, but he wasn't going to stop cutting at 90. He still wasn't going to stop cutting. So I took his clientele on, and that's how that happened. I didn't know that this was going to bloom into something that I really would enjoy. I think that he would be proud to see the different
most definitely
avenues that the hair industry has gone into. I mean, man weaves, everything. I be really impressed that this business is just as awesome as it is.
Can you learn? Do you know how to do those?
I've done them.
Really?
I've done them. And my practice here, and I try to stay true to myself, is I don't want to do anything that's not natural and original.
Yeah.
I don't do weaves. I don't do spins.
I thank you.
Thing that's going to destroy the hair.
Yeah.
Because I want to protect the integrity of people's hair. I want to be that grower of hair.
Yeah.
I don't want to destroy it. So some things I'm just not going to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, for me and many men like me, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And there's so many women out here that don't believe that they can go natural. Like I just started selling and developing my own products to keep people natural, to give them what they
Yeah,
need. I use it on my granddaughter. I use it on mixed race kids that come into my house to make sure that whatever product I have is good for all. It's not just good.
exactly.
It's good for all of us. And I'm a natural person. I grow a garden. You may know that, Angie. You know,
Exactly.
my hands is in the dirt. So I do all my research and I like my things to come from natural herbs. So that's what
And
I do.
with that, what can you tell young ladies to understand the importance of just being you and being natural, and it's okay to just be authentically yourself, because that I think impacts a lot of young women these days. So, especially with you being in the beauty industry, how can you expound on that to kind of say, hey, you can be beautiful just the way you are?
That's true. Thanks. That's a good question, Angie. I just want to say something about myself is that a couple years ago, I had weave put into my hair and I had a surgery. So I was under anesthesia. I didn't know that the glue would make my hair come out. The weave was in my hair, looked beautiful. Everybody loved it. But up underneath every strand, I could hear it pulling from my head. I
Mm-hmm.
told the stylist, my hair is ripping out. And she's like, no, it's not harmful to your hair. Well, my hair was ripping. All up here was bald.
Mm.
So that's the time when I really, really realized that you are not your hair.
No,
You are
not at
not.
all.
Not at all.
I put a
Not at
scarf
all.
on, I maybe put some lipstick on, I put a hair tie on, I still did my exercise. And actually, then I became more beautiful when I didn't let my hair bound me.
Right, right,
So
right.
now that's what I tell people. So if they come to me with damaged hair or they want to make a transition or whatever, I'll let them know that I've been where they are. I mean, a lot of their
Yeah,
hair are ripped out from weave, and I've been there. So it's not like
yeah,
I'm talking down to them. I'm talking right at them.
right.
I've
Because
been
I
there.
had a situation after I came out of my illness when
Mhm.
I and they had was put on medication,
The
and I
breaking.
started pulling my hair out.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So what to this girl? She's like, you got to start over. And she cut it all off. And she said, now go outside and put some earrings on. And I came home and I looked in the mirror and I said, hi, Angie. That
Hello.
was me. I looked just like my middle son.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I was short for a long time. And that's when I was trying to do the locks. And that's when I found the hairdresser I have now, because that's what he specialized in. But then that was another reason then when COVID hit. But
Right.
you have to accept you at the core of who you are, because if you can't accept you at the core of who you are, nobody
Right.
else is going to accept you. You know what
Yep.
I
Right.
mean? And I liked
Right.
it short, actually. Yep. And then
Right.
it just grew back in COVID. It just grew.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the other side of the rainbow, that it will grow. But then
Yeah.
again, they have to give up that pulling. They got to give up that what they call it protective styles, which really is not protective styles. Everybody doesn't
Yeah.
protect your hair. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
also too, beauty has to come from the inside.
It does.
Absolutely.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people will come here and they'll ask me to cut their hair. And if I ask them, all right, are you cutting your hair for you, or are you cutting it for someone else? Because if
Hmm.
you're cutting it all off for someone else, I'm definitely not the stylist for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
has to come from the inside, because you wear that style from the inside out. You don't wear it from
That's
Exactly.
right.
the in.
That's right.
Exactly.
And that's healthy hair is my thing. And if someone trusts me, it's a 50-50 thing. I'm gonna do my part here, but I need you to do what I
Do
ask you to
yours too. Yeah.
do, you know.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
and as you said, Angie, like my place is real comfortable, and I
It
try to keep it
is. It's a
on.
beautiful. It's a beautiful.
I try to
Yeah.
keep it one-on-one. Thank you. So I try to keep it real, where everything's honest. Everything's, if they need a little privacy, but I will go over the whole thing with them. So I think a lot of people are going more natural because they see other people doing it and they just don't know
Yeah.
how to keep it that way. So they become product junkies.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
And it's
and I
an
Right.
think it helps.
educational piece too, because historically we were told that our hair wasn't beautiful. So we have to get through that stigma to
Mm-hmm.
be authentic with ourselves, that being natural. Look, my hair, I don't have any chemicals in my hair,
Mm-hmm.
but you can still get the same experience with your hair being straight and with just a flat iron. But the core of your hair is natural and it's
That
Hmm.
comes
healthy. You know
that
what I
comes
mean?
from them not appreciating themselves though. They don't really, they're not comfortable with it. I could do someone's hair and then others like, but I want to cover it up. Well, why are we doing it if you want to cover it up?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. But just
yeah.
to shift gears a little bit, I also see you on social media putting out some affirmations or some, just some topics that are on your chest. You want to talk about how you started doing that and how that came about?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I had actually, there's a lot of women out here who say they want to support women, but they really don't support women.
Yeah.
And there came a branding person. I met a photographer. He came in, he brought a young lady with him. And I guess she was just meant to be here that day because I felt her vibe. She made me feel so special. And she made
See.
me feel, this was before videos or anything that I did. She said, Michelle, I feel a warmth from you that people need to hear. And you're
Mm-hmm.
genuine. And I just want you to write your thoughts down. Give me 5 items and 4 below it, what you could talk about. And I wrote the list for her and gave it to her the next day. And I had more items than I could imagine. She said, what I want you to do is start taping yourself when you have
Yeah.
something to say. She said, because you're very honest. I mean, that's how I
I
try to
think,
be.
I don't know if it's because we're Taurus. We're very outgoing and
Don't worry
direct.
about what you say. But it's and that's where that came from. So she said, this is what I want you to do. And I had just retired. She had told me, excuse me, she had told me actually that I was going to retire from the state. And I'm like, no way. She's like, no, you have a gift that people need to hear and your business is going to blow up. So just
Yeah.
by doing that, I just kind of got comfortable with the photographer was trying to tell me I needed a camera and this and that. And she was like, you don't need anything but that phone. And that's why I changed the iPhone and I got me a light and I just started,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's
building
all
up
it takes.
on my mind. If it was about dating, if it was about, people disrespecting you, just anything. And just,
Yeah.
I started speaking about it and people started following and where they were asking me, hey, when you going to keep doing those chronicles? And it wasn't chronicles. It was just
Wow.
something I had to say. And
Yeah.
now that's what I do. And I just try to uplift women. Because I'm going to say one more thing. The people who really say they want to be a part of women or whatever, they're not uplift. I've reached out to someone and they didn't reach out back to me. It's like they wanted me to reach out just to say they weren't available. And I just
Yeah.
not into clicks. I just believe you should support everyone
Yeah.
and
Me too.
pass your torch down to someone else. There's a couple stylists in here now that never thought they could have their business in here that I've gave them the information to do what I do. It's not that hard.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
everybody wants to hold on to something. And I'm gonna let you know this too. If somebody steals my ideas, there's enough ideas and businesses out here for
I
everybody. Somebody
just
steals
Come
said
my
on now.
that the
Come
other
on now.
day.
there's 5
Come
more
on now.
behind me. I'm not even worried about that. So,
But imitation is the highest form of flattery. And
but
people don't understand that.
they're so like, I don't want them to get past me or this and that. It doesn't matter what you do, how you do it. You're never going to do it the same way as me because
Never.
That's
Never.
right.
And that's why when I first started, but people supported me. But then, you would like the same feelings you have now when you try to ask questions. And that was in the beginning. And I said to myself, when I get to a place to where I can help people,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to help people. And so everything I've done from this point, and God honors that.
Yep.
Yes.
He
He
honors
does.
your obedience and faithfulness in that. And
He,
people don't understand that when you're stuck and you just see this person ascending, It's
Yeah.
because she's being obedient to do what she was assigned to do. It's not to keep this to myself. My story wasn't to keep to myself. There might have been a person really needed that word when I
Right.
wrote that book because he put it in my gut. I
Right.
experienced authentically that. And you
Right.
can't, you know, sometimes it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but you just got to keep staying the course when you know it's your purpose.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
true. That's true.
Your
That's true.
gift
Yeah.
will make way. It
He
will
will make
make way,
your
even in
gifts
the
will make
smallest ways.
room for you.
It will. Just like I said, just plant my feet every day. Lord, I read my word every day and he plants my feet. I don't know which direction I'm going into, but I know I'm going into the right direction where he leads me. I do
And
Come
not
on.
that's when you
Come
know,
guide
on.
this anymore. It's
yeah,
out of my hands.
That's
yes,
right. That's
exactly.
right. That's the
Exactly.
best
So
part because it's out of your hands. You have no
Exactly right.
control. And hey, if you run into a wall, you be like, "You put me here." So what you gonna do? That's the
You
best
know what?
part.
If I run into that wall, that's just gonna make me look at something a little differently and try it again a different way.
yeah,
That's all.
exactly.
It's all.
Exactly.
That's all.
Well, I'm grateful that you were able to take the time out to speak with us. Mon, you got any other questions for Michelle?
Nah, I'm just so happy to be talking to the legacy daughter. That's all.
Do you know what the crystal barber signified? The name? Do you know what the reference was to the crystal barber? What it
Not
sig-
at all. But you can share it.
No,
You're
I'm
asking.
asking Michelle. What
You're
did?
Oh,
asking me? Okay. Well,
Yeah,
actually, I got the crystal barber from the crystal barber shop that my dad used to work in. Okay,
yeah.
and I was Woogie Harris, Teeny, all that. Um, I did research the crystal barber, and that's kind of like how it doesn't really have a meaning, but it has a prestige, like a palace. Like when I read a definition of it's like somewhere where people would go that were treated special, like kings and queens,
Okay.
and it was marble floors, and there was chandeliers all over the place, like a regal type of name. And so that's why too I patterned my shop. I have that chandelier. I patterned
Yeah, yeah.
off of that, like regal, treating people like kings and queens, just like they should be. So
Right.
there's never a doubt that I should change that name. That name just meant the world to me.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
People,
So,
because it,
how can somebody get in
in the,
touch with you?
I'm sorry.
How can somebody get in touch with you to come?
Oh, sure. They can get in touch with me on my website, my booking website, but they can also look up the Crystal Barber on Instagram. They can call me at 412-568-3331. That is my number to book an appointment. They can
Okay.
use the website to book, and they can also look up the Crystal Barber on Facebook.
Awesome.
okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
So, do you have anything else you want to share with us while we have you?
Anything
Now,
special coming up?
Anything
thank you
you're a
for the
part of?
opportunity. Um, well, my products are coming out. I'm just waiting for my labeling. And with these products, I have a granddaughter with very thick hair, Angie, and I've been trying these products on her and really all of my clients the last 2 months. So I have some oils just to put in their hair so that they don't, if it has itchy dryness or whatever, so they don't become a product junkie, go out here and
Uh-huh.
buy something that's not going to work for them, that has a bunch of parabens in there and it's causing an arm and a leg. So
Right.
I have those things here, and because I grow them, my thing is different than everybody else is once they're able to get refills, they can come right back here and get refills at a discounted price.
Okay, great, great. And they'll be able to find that wherever you are,
Yep.
online or Instagram. Okay. Okay,
It's
cool.
not out yet, but it's coming because I don't want to put it out there without a label, and I'm waiting on my labels. But my clients have been buying it regardless without the label because they come see me every week.
Okay. So, and let them know what type of hair. So you do natural styles and then you do barbering.
Okay. I do natural styles. I'm always going to do barbering because barbering is cutting. So I always do cuts. I do
Okay.
razor shaves, hot towels, shave bald heads. I do facials, like I said. I do coloring. I do relaxers. I basically do everything but nails.
Okay. Okay.
I have a full body massage chair here, and that when I first came here to Bloomfield 2 years ago, by being in the middle of hospitals, I had offered a special, and the special was it was called COVID relief special, and it
Okay.
was a facial and a 20-minute massage chair and a complimentary drink, alcohol or beverage of
Tea,
choice.
coffee, whatever. Okay. Nice.
I,
Nice.
I think you should reinstitute that and just call it children relief.
That's good.
It'll be very popular.
I will change the name, sir. I will. But
Yeah,
I
but
just like
with
sometimes people just need just a place to unwind and just chill. Just
you do.
I can
Mhm.
dim these lights and just a little bit of soft music, and sometimes that 15-20 minutes is a big difference.
It really is. It really is. And
Absolutely.
me and my bestie, we still got to come and get our facials. I haven't forgot.
I do
Um,
friends facial parties. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we definitely need to. And I would recommend maybe do something to start having little small events to
I
bring
have,
people
but it's
in.
like now, this is real small space, and
Okay.
if I had more space, I would be able to do it like do men's what is it, the groom's party, because I get a lot of men that come in for the full package, which is the
Uh-huh.
hair, the
Mhm.
shave, the facial, and everything. But they usually do it around their engagement, or they do it around their wedding,
Right.
or they do it
Right,
around
right.
something like that. Or if someone's in town and they bring their buddy in here, and it's that type of thing. But given the space that I have, that's about the most that I can do. But I do
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well,
Until
Vaughn, until yeah.
That's
So
what's up.
do you
That's
have
what's
any
up.
other questions for Michelle Mott?
No, you had me at massage.
I can't physically get the massage, but when I do ball heads or neck, I do massage the head and the neck with your service. So
Hey, that works for me.
thanks.
Somebody else do it. Save my hands.
Well, Michelle, as always, it's a pleasure seeing you.
It was
We've
a
been
pleasure.
friends forever, ever and a day.
Yes, thank you. That was wonderful. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, and keep
Thank
doing what
you.
you're doing. And as
Thank you,
always,
Lady Legacy.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it.
so
Keep
Mar, you going?
coming.
Yeah, when you come in town, you got to go see her.
Oh, for sure now. And you
Yeah,
down in Bloomfield?
yeah.
I'm in Bloomfield.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you want
And
to
I
wrap
want to say
up?
one more thing, and I'm sorry.
Sure.
This is why I like this location right here in Bloomfield. Is my dad's garbage route was in Bloomfield, and I remember
Really?
conversation with
What?
my dad, and I'm like, Daddy, if I got a shot before he had a stroke and he died, I said, if I got a shot, where would you want me to be? He's like, well, I don't want you to go too far. There's nothing going on in the hill. They're not doing any rebuilding. That was back then. They're not doing, so you
Mhm.
can't be in the hill. I said, well, where do you want me? He said, well, I don't want you to go no further. I said, they're trying to get me in Homewood. He said, no, not Homewood. Don't go no further than East Liberty. I said, okay. He said, but Lawrenceville is pretty nice. And I was like, oh, okay. And he said, and ultimately, I would like for you to be in Bloomfield because he worked this
Mm.
route. And racially, diversely, everybody
Very
loved
diverse.
him back then. Very diverse. And he
And
Mhm.
love and behold.
yes. So all that to say, and I'm gonna end it on this note, is I started in East Liberty on Baum Boulevard, Sola. I went down to Lawrenceville. I went down to Smallman Street. That was my
Okay.
second Sola.
Right.
And my third one ultimately was right here. And I have gone to all the places me and my dad talked about.
So
And
there you go.
I feel like this is where he wanted me to be. And in Bloomfield is where I am.
There you
That's
go.
what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Well,
Still
so,
listening
Michelle.
to Daddy. That's beautiful.
yeah,
Yes,
thank
That's
you.
it's
beautiful.
been a pleasure. And
Gives me
again,
hope as a parent.
this is Angela with a new After Sunday. And this was Michelle Slater in Mon, Washington. And we'll
That's
look
right.
forward to seeing her soon as well. And again, I say take care, stay blessed, and remember, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.